Hello everyone, and welcome back to Proof Gaming. And today I have a very exciting news video to share with you guys. To start things off with, I was watching Points of Interest, which is on the Guild Wars 2 livestream. If you don't know how to get there, just go to twitch.com and type in Guild Wars 2 and get to the channel and follow them because it's great content. Anyway, in Points of Interest, they were discussing about their future in Guild in 2016, and then they discussed the different types of music in Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns and the changes and the main theme and like the development it went through the whole entire years of the ideas of Guild Wars 2, and it was really, really interesting, and I was like, it was great. Just if you want to hear good music, go to the Twitch and just replay it and just sit there and relax, and it was great music. But that's not the reason I want to talk to you today. At the very end of Points of Interest, the host Ruby, she signaled, I think it's the guy who runs the Points of Interest technology and does all the technology stuff. She signaled him, and she's like, "Hey, can you pull that thing up?" And I'm like, "What's this?" And then she grabbed her keyboard and mouse, and I'm like, "What? This is weird. Is this like a blooper? Did they forget to like turn off the stream?" And all of a sudden you see Ruby's avatar, and she seems to be on Malcor's Leap, or in Malcor's Leap, and I'm like, that's really strange. Why would she be in Malcor's Leap? I go there just for the fun of it and the events and the music, and I'm like, but why is she in Malcor's Leap? It's really strange. And then all of a sudden she goes, "I really love ore," and I'm like, yeah, I do too, but what does this have to do with the live stream? And then she jumps off. And I'm like, "Why are you jumping off?" And then she starts gliding. And I'm like, "Gliding is only in the Heart of Thorns maps." What? And then I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. They're adding gliding into ore. Or at least Malcor's Leap for what we know right now. Maybe. Or it could be their hacks. I don't know. But we can assume that gliding is now going to be available in Central Tyria, more specifically ore. Now, I think this mastery should go in the gliding section, not necessarily the Central Tyria selection, but they could add like a tier called Central Tyria gliding, possibly. But I feel like it'll just fit easier into the gliding section. So that's my thoughts. But then after that, I was like, wait, they're looking back at ore and like seeing things they can place in. Does this mean they're going to be like taking a harder look at ore? Because right now ore, the three maps, Straits of Devastation, Malcor's Leap, and the Cursed Shore, their meta events are kind of broken right now, and they don't really work too well. The whole idea of those three maps was like you're pushing towards Zaitan, the undead elder dragon, and you're eventually going to end up fighting him, which is the dungeon. But that never really worked out. It kind of worked out the first month or so, but then it started like bugging up a little bit, and people found their ways around the stuff, and it never really worked as it was planned. But they did do Dragon Stand, which I think was what they were trying to do, and they succeeded in that. So maybe now that they have the knowledge that now that they have the knowledge, maybe they can apply the things that they learned doing Dragon Stand into ore. I personally am a huge fan of ore. I love the style. I love the whole entire style of the place, the music, the large cascading buildings, the arches, magnificent sculptures, and just like the giant towering buildings. And you're like, oh my god, I'm like the size of an ant compared to that. And all the undead, it's really like this weird oceanic, aquatic, like coral vibe, but also like a twist of undead and like magnificent sculptures and stuff. It's this whole like cesspool of like amazingness. And then after they showed us the surprising gliding in ore, it was a couple minutes before then, or like towards the halfway point, the ore thing was at the end. Someone said that they posted the PvP team posted a thing on the forums discussing the new changes that they're making to season 2 of the PvP leagues, and I have it right now, so I'm just going to basically summarize the whole thing and what it says. So they first start out with like a message saying that they have been constantly looking at the feedback that the players are going to give them, and like Reddit, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, I think, or like Twitter, all the social media sites, and like they've supposedly been really active on those and like seeing what players like and what they dislike. And then they go on to saying or discussing the matchmaking changes that they're making in Season 2. They start out by saying in Season 1, they had this system called the Individual Matchmaking Rating, or the MMR. So it's basically if you lose a bunch of matches, you're going to be matched up with people that have also lost a lot of matches, and they're considered to be bad. So you may end up just devouring or like blowing right through them. But then in Season 2, they're saying that they're going to be changing it a little bit. And the way they're changing it is if you happen to be in the division of, say, Ruby or Amber, you're going to be matched up to people who are also in Ruby or Amber. So that's going to be the new way that they're going to be matching people up with other people. But they're also still going to be doing the MMR system to place you on teams with similarly skilled players. So it's not completely just like, I just managed to get to Amber, but I actually suck. So they're still taking that into account, but I feel like it's going to be more of like the actual tier and what you have as a tier, which I'm in complete favor of. And then they also go on to say how they're introducing a new system called the win streak system. So this means if you win, before that, if you say won one game, you gain 1 pip, you win another game, and you somehow gain 2 pips. But this system, the win streak system, if you win 3 games in a row, every win after the 3rd one, you're going to be gaining an extra pip. So if you win 3 games, your 4th game will award you with 2 pips. And that'll keep going until you lose a match. And then your win streak will be reset to 0, and then you're going to have to get to number 3, or you're going to have to win 3 matches to get those extra pips again. And then they go on to discuss the point confusion and their fixes and clarifications. So a lot of people were like, why'd I gain 1 pip for having won a close match, but lost no pips in a blowout? That's an example they give us on the forums. And then with Season 2, they're saying that they're going to be changing it up and introducing an algorithm that'll say your win probability and determine your team, and an explanation of why your points changed the way they did. So they're basically just going to be telling you why you lost, why you gained this many points, why you didn't gain this many points, and stuff like that. And then they go on to talk about grouping up in matches. The title is called Shopping for Ambers, or this section's title is called Shopping for Ambers. And it says if you are of, say, Amber quality, and one of your friends is Diamond quality, and you team up with them in the matchmaking system, you're going to be matched up with people of the Diamond system, or of the Diamond tier. So if you are of a lower tier and you team up with someone who is in a higher tier, you're going to be matched up with people in the higher tiers. So keep that in mind if you're really worried about losing and stuff like that, or just losing and like your dignity being obliterated. So take that in mind when you're grouping with people of a higher skill level or a higher tier. So you don't go in there being, why is everyone face rolling over me and I'm getting obliterated? That's why. And just to wrap things up, they say a few other things coming that will impact the next season of PvP leagues, but they didn't say that in the forum post. There will be other things. And then they say keep an eye on the forums. There's one thing. And just and the division with Amber and like the Diamond and Amber thing, that's going in before Season 2. So keep that in mind. And that's basically all I really wanted to say. That's basically it. It was great news. I enjoyed myself. Loved seeing Points of Interest. Everything was so much fun. Running out of time here, so I'm going to cut this short. Hope you guys like that. Subscribe for more content. Like the video if you liked it, and comment down below. Check out my Twitch and my other social media stuff, and I will be active on there. So enjoy the rest. This background footage was from Ore. I felt it was very appropriate. So I'll leave you with this vista, this beautiful landscape. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a nice day. Bye.